Hello, Ambah here and welcome to my knitting studio. I have a quick tutorial to share with you today, a variation of one of my favourite cast-ons. I love the long tail cast-on and have a video that I'll link below in the comments for you to go to for my original tutorial. The two-strand long tail cast-on is particularly useful when casting on a large number of stitches, as you don't need to estimate how much yarn you'll need to use. By using two strands, you won't run out of yarn in the middle of your cast on. I've created this video specifically for the release of my new shawl, the fluorescence shawl, because over 500 stitches are cast on for this project, which is pretty epic. The fluorescence shawl starts with an epic cast on of over 500 stitches along this bottom edge. The project is then worked up with decreases along the way, creating the shape. The two-strand long tail cast on was the ideal way to start this project. So I'll give you a quick demonstration on how you can work this technique. The two-strand long tail cast on is the same as the regular long tail cast on, with the difference that instead of estimating how much yarn you'll need for the cast on and working from that point, instead you'll tie two strands of yarn together, as the name suggests, a two-strand long tail cast on, and start the cast on from there. So instead of beginning at a loop from a single strand pulled away from the ball, you'll get a second strand, usually from the center of your cake. You could also use a yarn of a different color for a two-color long tail cast on. Join with a looped knot. You will undo this knot at the end of the project and weave in those ends and start from there. Begin the cast on by placing the yarn over the finger and over the thumb with that knot in the center, dangling down. For the first stitch, we'll bring that needle through the center to anchor it up through the loop under the thumb and then over the yarn held by the finger and pull that back through that loop held by the thumb. There are two loops on the needle. This first loop doesn't count as a stitch, as it's part of that loop that will be let go of later on in the project when you're weaving in the ends. For now, it's the anchor. And continue. This time, instead of bringing the needle down for the anchor stitch, you'll just bring the needle over that thread, under the thumb, over the thread held by the finger, and let go of the thumb stitch, allowing that to be picked up again by the thumb. So now there's two stitches. And this continues and becomes quite rhythmic and fast once you get the hang of it. Under the thumb loop, over the finger, back through the thumb loop and let go. And continue on until you've cast on the number of stitches required for your pattern. Once you've cast on the number of stitches required, break the second strand of yarn that you don't need for the project and continue knitting with the yarn that you'll be using. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You'll find links below to my website, patterns, and also the original long tail cast on tutorial I mentioned at the start of the video.